Hey guys, my name's Ali and I am a data and analytics consultant. In this video, we're going to ask a very important question, and that is if your Power BI reports are creating any value. Just because something looks good or gets views doesn't mean it's necessarily helping the business the way you imagine it would do. We're going to go through a framework for evaluating whether your reports support the right decisions, are they trusted by the user, and do they actually lead to a business impact. Are your Power BI reports creating value? Very good question. One of the topics that I love to discuss is value delivered from data initiatives and data products. So this is one that I'm looking forward to go through with you guys. So why report value matters? I think it's important to understand that investing into data projects, data engineers, data analysts, BI developers, artificial intelligence developers, these are expensive projects, and a lot of companies want to do it. They have a lot of ambitions, but it's not necessarily that easy to get the value back from these projects. And that is why it's important for us as developers and professionals to understand that report value is very important, and some of the concept that goes on behind that, and some things to think about. So that's what I want to discuss today. So the first thing I've written is that great report design doesn't necessarily mean great insight. And that means that you can make the most beautiful report. If it doesn't support and showcase the insight that is needed, then it doesn't really create any value. And the next point kind of drives that home, and that is that reports must support real decisions and goals. So you have to understand what are the decisions that are going to be taken, and what is the goal and the purpose of the report, and what is it that we're trying to support, basically. And value is created through usage, trust of the data, and the business impact that it can create. Again, not the most beautiful reports, the reports that shows the right numbers to the right people at the right time is what will create value. And you need to have a strategic point of view and a practical point of view. Strategic in terms of the goals of the business, practical in terms of usability, how easy it is to understand, and so on and so on. So report value is extremely important, and it's something you have to think about no matter who you are in a data project. It's important that you understand that the reports and the data products, the value that it delivers is extremely important. So 5 very important dimensions of report value. Like I said, business relevance and strategic alignment. It's important to the business. It aligns with the strategic goals and what we're trying to do. There is a usage and adoption, which happens in daily work. Of course, there are some reports that you look at not necessarily every day, but there should be some reports that are used and adopted, and they are part of a daily routine to look at. The user experience is good. It's easy to understand the report. It's easy to work in the report. It's clear. It shouldn't be hard to use a Power BI report. Extremely important. And the data quality is there. It's consistently there. The data quality reflects other places where they might look at reports, and it aligns, and it's consistently correct. And there is an impact from the insight to action. You look at the report, you learn something, you find something, you derive something, and then there is an action that you take, which has an impact on something important for the business. So here are some dimensions of report value that, again, look at it, write it down, understand, and think about this. The stuff that I'm creating, does it hit on these dimensions or not? If it doesn't, you need to ask yourself why, because this is very important. So if we look at some of these topics, the first one is business relevance and goal support. So the report is linked to a specific goal or a KPI. It can be different strategic goals or KPIs. It doesn't really matter. But if you have a report and you're looking at it, you should know which goal is this created to support, which KPI should it help derive some sort of action to do something about. And it might not be something you feel is your decision or your domain, where you are as a developer or analyst or tech lead or data leader or wherever it is. You should know why what specific goal or KPI is this report created to support. It's used in processes like sales versus budget to evaluate that. How is net promoter score evaluating over time? So it's a specific process that it is part of, which you should also know. You should know who owns it and who defines what it's used for. So who is the business owner and what have they said that it's going to be used for? You should be aware of that and easily explain what decisions does it support. This report supports follow-up of sales teams on this level in this region against their budget. They use it in this meeting, in this context, they evaluate it this often, and hopefully it's used to derive these types of actions to maybe drive higher sales or better conversion of leads to sales, whatever it is. These are things that you have to be aware of, because then you know that the report has a business relevance and a goal support, and you know it both as a developer and you know what they're going to use it for down the line. So one way to do this is that you can look into usage and adoption metrics. And the reason for that is just to see if you can follow how the growth and usage is evolving. So you can look at, in Power BI, you can look at how many unique users do you have, how often do they use them, how many sessions. These are some type of metrics you can look at for usage and adoption. You can then identify and see, is it used regularly by the target audience, the audience that it was created for? Are they using it? Is the report being referenced in meetings or in meetings either where they discuss the numbers or where they plan some actions and they need the numbers? And if you don't see the usage that you think should be there, or it's very low, then it doesn't really give the value that maybe you were hoping for, and also the effect will also be quite low of the data which is available in the report. So these are some things you can think about in terms of usage and adoption and metrics that you can establish, or you can track yourself to understand the impact that the Power BI reports are having that you're putting out there. Another topic we touched on within the dimensions is user experience and understanding. And that is that you want the reports to be easy to navigate, easy to interpret, and easy to explore. Very, very important. It can't be hard to come into a Power BI report and know what to do, where to go, how to use it. You need clean visual design and storytelling with the data. So again, don't overdo it. Keep it nice and easy, keep it simple, and make sure that there's a logical story which has been established with a stakeholder or the owner of the report on what to see on which page and how do you kind of navigate and work through that to get the story that you want. Consistent colors, intuitive layout, smart tooltips. Again, it really comes back to keeping it nice and easy and just a pleasant experience to work in the Power BI report. And you should also look for positive user feedback, which means that the trust goes up and the usage will also increase. You can collect that user feedback either in person by asking questions and evaluating, or you can collect it through questionnaires and other ways. But it's important to have a certain feel for the user feedback and how they enjoy the report. Data quality and the trustworthiness of the report is also very important. You need to make sure that the numbers are consistent across the report and other sources where either you find data for the reports or other reports made other places. This is very important. See if you can get to a point where there is no double checking in Excel, which means that the trust is quite high now. In the beginning, they will of course check it against other reporting ways that they've done before, but at some point that should fade away slowly but surely, and this should become the de facto source for the data in terms of that they know that the quality is where it should be and they can trust it. It needs to be regularly updated with a relevant frequency, and what I mean by that is that the trustworthiness of the freshness is there, and if they need it more often than once a day or whatever the frequency is, that's also something that will increase the trustworthiness and just the quality of the report and the data in it will be at a high level. And the report should at some point become the one source of truth. That is the goal. That the Power BI report is where you go to clarify, and you might have other places where they can get the data, but the Power BI report is what you compare against. That's the one that you go for, and that's the one that sets kind of the the two lines under the answer. Then we touched on the dimensions. Does it go from insight to business impact? And the first point here is, has the report led to action? It could be small action, it could be larger action, but try to understand by introducing this report, are they making decisions that they've done before, maybe more frequently or easier, or new types of actions? It's something that you should be a little bit aware of. Example of that could be change in staffing. Maybe they have added more headcounts, or they have changed how they use the headcount, and different things. Improved strategy, maybe they have revised some strategic goals, or they have gotten some new one, or they feel like they can navigate the strategy with even more a higher increased precision. Maybe reduced churn, increased sales. It can be different. It can be different things. Another thing is that if the users, you can see when they work in the report that they are filtering, they're exploring the data, and they're asking for improvements. That's a good sign that your reports are delivering value, because they can work in it, they can explore it, they can understand it, and they're asking for more to improve it so that they can get more answers and better insights. And engagement in terms of usage, requests, adoption means that the report has become a bigger part of the workflow, which is also a very, very good sign that it has gone from something that has gone from being purely insight to now delivering also some business impact. Some red flags to look out for: low or no usage. It doesn't get talked about. They're not using it. Maybe because you've established some usage metrics, you can tell. Frequently misinterpretations, which means that when they go into the report, they don't really understand it. They don't know what it's about. Maybe you need to do more training. Outdated or conflicting data. The data has been updated to the frequency that they expect, or there are some discussions about why this shows this and this other thing shows that. Shadow reporting, that Excel is still preferred and they're still doing their own Excel reports, even though they have kind of the gold standard report that is supposed to be in Power BI. Another red flag. And then the last one is that if you were to hide the report, no one notices. That's definitely a red flag. That's definitely how you know that it's not being used. So these are some red flags that you need to look out for to understand if your Power BI reports are creating value or if they are just being put out there. Thank you guys for watching. If you want to learn more about this topic, then I've written an article that walks through the full framework and red flags you need to look out for. You'll find the link in the description for that below. And if you need support to review your current setup, simplify or improve the value of your reports, then feel free to reach out either on LinkedIn or email, and I'm more than happy to discuss more with you guys. Like and subscribe if this video was useful, and I will see you guys in the next one.